Hello and welcome, my friends. The Theironhulk is here bringing you a Hot Toys Spider-Man 3 Spider-Man figure. Yes. Now, this figure, I also held off, much like Iron Man in my previous review, because of, once you have one of them, you want all of them. And this guy is no exception. I bought this off of a very great seller off of the Sideshow Freaks board, and I got a fantastic price. That's why I bought it. The press release pictures on Spider-Man weren't that promising to me. I felt that they were somewhat off with the way they did the eyes, and the stitching was kind of weird. But fear not, my friends. He is a great figure, and the boxing is fantastic as well. We can get into the box a little bit more here. He does have the spider symbol on the box, which is painted, not painted, it's glued on, and it's fantastic. We got some Spider-Man pictures here. We got the webbing and the kind of the mat of his suit printed on the box. Here's another picture of Spider-Man. Very nicely done. Beautiful photography. Here's the wonderful people that made this figure possible. And yeah, more stuff. So, whoops. So yeah, it's a really cool box. The only thing that bothers me is the fact that they're going with a shoebox format with these guys. I'm not sure why they are doing that per se. They did that. They did that with Wolverine, I think Blade, and Thor, and they're doing it now with Spider-Man. Except his box is a lot bigger. Like, it's a huge box because he comes with some big accessories. But yeah, that's the box. So let's get into the figure itself. Here is Spider-Man out of the packaging, and I have to say that he is a magnificently done figure. Being at only 12 inches, they've captured the look, the essence, just the whole spirit of the Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. It's beautiful. To get into more detail here, we got a fully stitched suit. So this was a hand-stitched outfit, and I mean, it's amazing. You can see the spider insignia on the back. Very well done. All the stitching is great. I mean, there's some parts that are slightly off, but I mean, whatever. I honestly don't care. The face is my favorite part. Some people were saying that it was kind of off. I personally don't think so. I think that it just depends on the position you have the head in, because there are some portions that the head does look a bit, I guess, I wouldn't say small, but it is a bit off. But that's only because of the head and the neck. They kind of get pushed back together, so it looks like he's like very, just like that. But you just push the neck out, and yeah, there you go, Spider-Man. Hello. So nice, I swear to God, it's just amazing the way they made this figure look. So, in terms of articulation, he has the, he actually has a slightly modified true type body. It's the thin version, of course, because Spider-Man is a much more thinner superhero, but he does have some bulk to him. As you can tell, his arms, he's got some muscly arms. So it is a modified version of the thin true type body. One of the reasons I'm telling you this is because they did mod his feet a bit. Instead of using a true type foot, they just made their own version of Spider-Man's feet. So there is an issue. He does have trouble standing on them. I'm not really sure why, but yeah, he does. He's got great knee articulation, so you can do some really sweet poses. He's got the standard Spider-Man body. I mean, true type body. So, very nicely done. I was afraid that the outfit would hinder the articulation, but voila, it hasn't. And it's amazing! So, Spider-Man comes with many accessories. His biggest accessory is this giant, kind of, I'm not sure. I know it's from Spider-Man 3. It's like a pillar that he stands on, and you can just put him on, but he does have trouble balancing. Yeah. It's just his feet. They just don't want to stand properly, but the detail is very nice. It has, it comes in 2 pieces in the box, so you can split this in half, and they just easily go back in, but yeah, the paint, the sculpting, very nicely done. I think as a pretty random accessory, I think it's pretty cool. I kind of wish instead of them making this, they could have given us a Tobey Maguire head sculpt. But, yeah, whatever. You can't wish for everything. So, if you notice, Spider-Man does have webs that you can attach. The web on his arm right here, some webs come with a small ring around them, such as this one, where the ring goes into the small peg that pegs into his wrist for the hands, and they just kind of stick out like that. I think it's a very well thought idea that they did, because it looks great. I mean, you look at that, and it's got some pretty sweet webbing things. He's got this one where it grabs on to something. He's got some smaller ones that they just kind of, I'm not really sure what I'd use this for. And then he's got this big one that he uses to, like fly through buildings and stuff. And the one I have is more like his attack web, because it has a bigger head on the top, so he uses it to attack people, stuff like that. Now, hands-wise, he comes with a giant array of hands, and that's what sold me. That's what sold the figure for me. Because of the lack of the head sculpt, they give you like a gajillion hands. So we do get his web shooting hand here. We get a fist. We get a just kind of calm hand here. So we get the wall climbing hand as well. And then finally we get the holding onto the web hand, which I like very much. So that's for both left and right. And it's awesome. Very, very well done. So there are some downsides to this figure. Like I said earlier, there's some issues with the stitching. But you can overlook it pretty quickly if you don't really care for those kind of issues. But here's a close-up on the webbing of the Spider-Man. And as you can see, these parts right here, that's where they probably ended the stitching. And you can tell because it's not fantastically done in some parts right here as well. I'm not trying to be nitpicky, but it's not. I'm just trying to point out that it's not a perfect figure, but it's definitely one worth buying if you're a fan of Spider-Man or the movies. It's just great. I'll give you another nice look at the eyes here. The eyes are so nice. Let me as you can tell, the eyes have small, like, I'm not sure how to say it. They're just like tiny little dots and crosses and stuff that make up, the inside of his iris. And they just look fantastic. They're so well done. And the spider symbol on his chest is really nice as well. It's just so great. And you can tell that you move the figure, the costume has a very human feel to it. And I think that's what surprised me the most, because it doesn't look like he's an action figure. That's what just blew me away. I'm like, wow, they got the suit down so well. You look at his core body here, and it looks like it's very muscular, but it doesn't look like there's articulation. It just looks like there's, you know, bones and muscles and stuff, you know. So look at his pants here. You can see the cool like mesh mix of the black and the blue kind of just mixing together here. And finally, we go to his boots, which people were kind of worried before this figure was released that this portion right here would not be movable, because in the pictures they were giant plastic boots which looked horrible. And Hot Toys answered that with a brilliant idea by adding the same material they used on the right up here. This material, this very stretchy, kind of spongy material. They used a thicker version on the feet. And they added true type articulation, so you can actually move his feet. Wow! And more his ankle, but it moves very well, and it still keeps a very real and fluid feel. So yeah, very, very great. Go on the back here, take another look. Here, let's look at the spider insignia. It's amazing how they were able to capture this. I mean, I think it's amazing. So, oh yeah. Spider-Man. So overall, I think Spider-Man, first of all, he's one of my favorite superheroes next to Batman. Secondly, he was done very well in toy form here. And third, Hot Toys, they just keep on outdoing themselves. There is no one in the market right now that can beat them. I thought Medicom was, but in terms of realism and just, you know, making the character actually look like the character from the movie or comic or film, whatever, they do fantastic. So that's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy the new lighting I have. I hope it makes a difference. But yeah, so until next time, my friends, Theironhulk is signing off. Adios.